Mic check, mic check. What's up, everybody? What's up, chat? Had a busy week this week, man. It was fun though, man. I love to learn. I love to teach. I love to show people what I learned and all that. So. Yeah, it was a busy week. I wound up pulling out my old drum machine and basically my old interface. It ain't really that old. It's a Behringer UMC 404, and I basically attach both of them to the MacBook using an aggregated device. I got the Rodecaster as well, so I use that in the Behringer, and I plugged up my old drum machine to the Behringer interface, and I got it through running through the Rodecaster output, as well as me getting a new overhead tripod that I really wanted. This is the how it looks right now. I just got it over the drum machine that I had. I actually need to fix that. I How do it's showing at the top. I want it to show at the bottom. How do you do that? Oh, I see what I did wrong. I see what I did wrong. I see what I did wrong. Hold on, let me change it real quick. I got my stream deck set up. I still gotta get a little better with that. You know what I mean? Okay, there we go. Back. Oh, let me turn this font off. I didn't even know I put that on. But this is the. I had to flip my camera around. Let me move it up just a little bit. But y'all. Make it right, make it right. I don't know why I look like that, but whatever. But yeah, uh, let me go back to my regular camera. But yeah, that's what I've been doing this week, man. It was a brain buster, man, but I love it. I love doing stuff like that, figuring stuff out. Shout out to Loopback Audio, one of the best plugins that I've ever bought. You could basically make virtual. I won't even call it virtual something. I forgot the virtual something. But you basically making virtual. What's the word I want to look for? I can't even think of the word, but you basically I can't even think of the word right now. That's crazy. I'm trying to word it the right way, but I can't even think of what it is though. Like a virtual audio track or something like that, or a virtual output. I guess you could call it a virtual output. I'll just call it that. Where you basically you could convert, because sometimes like when you're using all this equipment, sometimes things come out the same outputs and you can't separate them. So that helps you separate your audio basically. And that's how I used it basically. I separated my vocals just now from my main mix that's coming out the Rode, because I'm using a Rode mic coming out of the Rodecaster Pro 2, and basically my audio and my, because I made an aggregated device, and the drum machine is coming out of there too, so I had to separate it using loopback. So I just made an individual virtual output for just the drum machine going into Logic, and now I could, I made a beat and everything with this old drum machine. Man, this is my friend gave me this. Shout out to my boy Dino Money. He gave me this years ago, like probably 10 years ago. I I used it a little bit, like I'm talking about for like 1 or 2 days. I tried it, you know. I didn't really get the hang of it at first. I guess I was too occupied with other things on my mind. But now that I'm sitting down and I was able to watch a tutorial on YouTube, and the guy who had the tutorial that was explaining that he was a good teacher, so it was kind of easy to catch on. I basically learned how to program it. It's just a drum machine, so you're not really gonna get no other instruments besides drums. Maybe a couple of sounds that's more of a like, I wouldn't say drums like percussions, but more of a, you get a couple of piano sounds and maybe a guitar riff here and there. You know what I'm saying? But melodic instruments, you ain't gonna get too many melodic instruments, right? Basically, you know what I mean? You might get probably five out the whole thing, maybe a little more. I ain't go through all the sounds, but oh, excuse me. But yeah, it's basically a drum machine. You know what I'm saying? So I programmed some drums and then I recorded it into Logic, basically, because you can program it and then play it. You can make a song with the drum machine. Like, they got a way to make a song on it and sequence it a certain way. And so I didn't really make a song. I just did a pattern with like 2 bars or something like that. And that was it. And then I just recorded it in Logic as a waveform. And that, came out all right. So, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all hear it real quick though. Let y'all hear it real quick. Let me go to it real quick. I'm on the wrong monitor. But this is it right here. Let me turn the headphones up. The headphones. I don't know why my thing is not playing right here. Supposed to be playing. This is not playing. What is this? That's an 808. Let me see something. That is not playing for some reason. Oh man, I wish I would have caught that before I started streaming. I wonder why it's not playing. Let me see if I add something else to it. Just add another alchemy. That's kind of weird. Actually, let me see what this is coming out of. This is coming out of 5 and 6. This is coming out of stereo output, that's why. Let me put it in 5 and 6. Let's see if that'll work. Yes, it did. Cause I got a virtual aggregated device, and the Rodecaster is coming out of 5 and 6, so I gotta put all of these to outputs to 5 and 6. That's the thing when you're hooking up all this equipment, though. You gotta really know what you're doing. Cause I was brain busting not too long ago how to do this. Let me see. 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 No, I don't. I want to start with this. I was supposed to press this one. We're gonna try it again. Alrighty. Yeah, man. So that's what I had to do. I got me a nice little overhead tripod. It's called the newer tripod. I forgot the exact name. It's the newer N284L Plus Go. I like it. It's some things that I don't like. Like, for instance, with the tripod, they have a way. It's a you can make it horizontal. It's an overhead tripod, so you can make it horizontal. But when you make it horizontal, you could lean it at a certain angle, and they got set angles. You can't, like, if you try to tighten down, like, it got 90, 67, etc., etc. So if you try to tighten it down in between those angles that they got set, it will not go. It will not tighten. So you basically can't get a real custom uh tripod. Oh, hold on. Let me I forgot I ain't had my thing on, but yeah, you can't get a real custom, you know, fix to it. A custom angle, what I'm trying to say, you can't customize the angle too much. You know what I mean? It's fixed angle that they want you to use so it tightens down. Like, you could feel it snap into place when it tightens down. Like, the screw would go all the way in. The tightening screw would go, let you tighten it all the way. You could kind of feel it drop into I guess there's a little hole that the screws in, and you could feel it go in there, and you could tighten it. But if you try to go in between them, it won't work. So I don't like that. I don't like the fact that the horizontal pod is not long enough. Like, it's at a certain length. I forgot how many inches the length is, but excuse me, I'm sorry, but it's not long enough. I don't even have that big of a desk. Probably, like, let me see, like, probably 3 foot, and it doesn't reach, like, all the way in the middle like I want, basically. So I would like to at least go almost to, even if it don't go all the way to the end, like, maybe 75%, so I can, what I'm saying? At least to the middle. Or I'll say 75% because then you can move it back, and, you know what I mean? And then if you got like a space where you kind of too close to the wall and you try to put the tripod back, it'll hit the wall. So it's like, you gotta really work around. A lot of people got open spaces where they desk Excuse me, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. The desk is in the middle of the room, so that would work perfectly because you probably could come from the back, depending on how you have your monitors and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Some people have a blank desk. You know, their room is just dedicated to streaming and all that type of stuff. So if your desk is not in the way, you probably could bring the tripod from the middle and capture everything and perfectly. But my setup is not like that. You know, I'm in a living room with all my setup and my table's against the wall. So I can't even put the tripod behind it. So that kind of sucks. You know, I bought it because I thought it was gonna be very convenient. It works in a certain extent, but I paid $110. I got the tallest one. I think the other one that was, I forgot how many inches, but it was 85, so it went up to 110. But this is the look. You know, you get the, you know, have your stuff right, in front of you, so you can boop bop bop do da 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 da. You know what I mean? All that type of stuff. I need to angle this shit at a certain way. I don't know why I look like this. Why is it like crooked in a way? That's bugging me out. Whatever though. But yeah. Okay, let me see. Mic check. Mic check. I think I could play some drums right here from here. I would have to mute it because I would have to set this up individually. But whatever. You could go through the sounds. These are the kicks and the basses, I guess. Remember this? I gotta find a better. Let me find something better. Let me find a better trying to see where the kicks was at. Let me see where the kicks was at. Let me find where the kicks is at. They got snares in here too. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Let me find a better snare. That sounds too old school. That was all the snares. Now I guess we in the toms. I'm assuming 33 is toms. Yeah, it seemed like 33 is toms. Yeah. That's hi-hats at 34. That's some type of shamble. Like some type of percussion. You could change the level. Let's see. But yeah, I just had to do a little stream. This is how the I don't even got it set up. I should have showed y'all the loop back audio, the aggregated device. I think it's a way I could do that. There is a way that I can do that. I think I gotta go in studio mode. But I ain't gonna do that. I don't feel like doing all that right now. But yeah. Chill. I'm just chilling, man. Y'all got any questions, man? Drop a comment, man. Let me know. I'm just here, just fiddling around with all my equipment. I got all types of equipment. I think I'm gonna play a little bit of Arc Raiders after this, man. I've been, dipping out on my friends lately. Like they've been calling me. They don't care where I'm at. I could be in the movies, taking a shit, wherever. They like get on Arc Raiders. I've been dodging motherfuckers on the Arc Raiders. Like, yo, I got so much other gadgets and shit that I be interested in making. I got this little M Audio keyboard, Oxygen 61. I just learned how to program it and program drums to the pads. Had this keyboard for like 2 years or something like that, and I could not figure it out, man. I had to watch the same video like 50 times, and I finally just caught on by, I watched a bunch of videos, like different ones, and some by the same person, some by different people, but I pieced all those together and I finally caught on and figured out how to program the drums off the keyboard. You could do it on a program that they give you, but you could do it on the keyboard as well. So I learned how to do that a minute ago, you know. I did an unboxing video for the newer, but I think I gotta do it over because it came out trash. I think I gotta put it in 1080, 60 frames per second so I can slow it down and stuff and figure out my settings. I haven't been recording lately with my camera and I kind of forgot a bunch of stuff, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do it over. Maybe tomorrow. I gotta go to work Friday, so I gotta do everything tomorrow. I gotta do my laundry, try to get some content as far as like recording out. If I could, record it good, then I could probably bring it into Final Cut, which is the editing program I use. Try to, chop it up and put it on YouTube. And yeah. I want to do some more informative videos on some of the things that I've learned. Especially this aggregated device and how to set it up with two interfaces. I learned that you gotta it doesn't work without you opening Logic or a program like Fruity Loops or whatever audio DAW that you have. It doesn't work. It's at least that I call Apple and all that, and it was reading the stuff and it kind of mentioned that in there as well. Even though I figured out before that, but I think that's a case where it doesn't work without the DAW, and you can't just play like your drum machine. Like, say if you don't got Logic open, if that's the program you're using, you can't just play the dog and the dog come out the speakers. Cause I got my interface connected through USB, one of them, the one I got the drum machine hooked up to. So there's no speakers attached to it. I got it attached to the aggregate device that's and I have the Rodecaster attached to the same aggregated device, and I have the Rodecaster as my master clock, basically, and I have the speakers, the output going into my speakers from the Rodecaster. So all the audio is really coming from the Rodecaster. So I'm basically sending it to the Rodecaster from the aggregated device, And so you're not gonna hear no drum sounds out of just the like if you just play it like if it was coming directly from the Behringer interface. You gotta, you know, it gotta be in the door because I guess the door configures it to send it to the Rodecaster mixer. I got the Rodecaster Pro 2, by the way, and yeah, it doesn't work like that. So you loopback audio is like one of my go-to plugins. I bought this like 3 or 4 years ago, and that was like one of my best decisions. And I didn't even know it. It's just been coming in my favor. Every time I Google something, oh, you could use a program that does this and that, and maybe loopback and this, and they name a bunch of programs, and I'd be like, oh, I got loopback. I should just try to do it, and usually it works with loopback. It does everything. So it sucks that you gotta do it that way, but I'm glad that it exists. You know what I mean? Because then I wouldn't be able to do a lot of the stuff that I be doing. So yeah, I appreciate Loopback, man. Shout out to Loopback Audio, man. Y'all the truth. Whoever thought of that, genius, man. The company that's providing the product, genius. Appreciate y'all. You know, y'all got any products y'all want to send me? Love you, man. Greatly appreciate it. I like your stuff so far. I'm using Loopback Audio. There's another program that they have. I forgot the name of it though. But it's dealing with audio too though. They probably got more products now. I haven't go to their website in a minute, but it's kind of dope too. I was watching somebody use it. I can't remember the name, but it was kind of convenient as well. I don't know if I'm gonna need it, but I might need it, and I don't even know it. And I'm just doing workarounds. But yeah, shout out to Loopback. They got some good products. So yeah, that's my little journey today. You know what I mean? What else I bought recently? Oh yeah, I bought some chargers, some rechargeable batteries. I mean, from Amazon Basic. I bought a docking station from Amazon Basic, which is a lifesaver because it has the 40 gigabytes that same Type C's power that the Type C's on your MacBook has. It only has, I think, it has three, but one has to go from your uh docking station to your computer. So that one is basically obsolete. But it has two Type C's that you could use. I think it has four USBs. It has the SD card, audio jack. What else? I think that's it. That was a good investment. Bought a capture card not too long ago. Yeah, I got a bunch of little equipment all over. I bought these newer wireless headphones that I use from time to time. Sometimes I come up here and then I use these instead of, say, if I want to walk around, I use these and they come in handy. You know, especially for the price. I think I paid $60. These are the newer NEEWER wireless headphones. These are yeah, I paid $60 on Amazon for these, and these, I was thinking about getting the Rhodes for like 200 because they had a little sale. And the only difference between the Rode and these, I would say, is that you could use it with your Rodecaster mixer if you have one. You could they have a, I don't know if it's Bluetooth, but they got a way you could yeah, I can't even say the word. Wirelessly connect the headphones to the Rodecaster. And I thought that was convenient because it gives you better audio than just Bluetooth. It's like, good for, when you streaming and stuff, it'll give you no lag and no delay and none of that type of stuff. So that's a good technology with them, but I just hooked these up through wires and stuff and it works good. I wound up buying what is it called? Let me see if I see it right here. Oh, this right here is a the Rode X VXLR Pro, and this basically stops the noise from getting inside your interface basically, and it has a 3.5 millimeter jack on the end and an XLR. I guess this is a female, I'm assuming, or male, something like that. I don't even know which one it is, but yeah, I'll let y'all see it. and this works wonders. You know, if you try to plug it directly from the outputs on these wireless headphones into the mixer, it might give you some feedback, some noise, I guess you would call it. I don't know. But this kind of stops all that. It's not perfect, but it's it's made for that type of stuff, so it's pretty good. So shout out to Rode on that one. Kind of expensive, you know what I mean? It's not cheap. I think I paid like $40 or something like that. 40, $50. Can't remember. So yeah, but it's worth it. You know, that's about it. What else I got here? That's it. That's it. Yes, sir. I should have been using this drum machine. I actually really like it, especially when I record the drums into Logic. It comes in so crispy, and I really like that. I really like these drums on here. Some of these drums sound really realistic, which I've been looking for. And I like to touch the pads. That's my thing. Touching the pads and stuff is my thing. That's why I basically learned how to program these pads, basically. And, it's fun. It's fun to touch the pads and make the beats like that. It makes it a little bit easier than actually program it and, all that type of stuff. It kind of annoying to me. I'm addicted to cracking my knuckles. Don't mind me. Oh, you heard that? But yeah, I just had to get on here and get a quick stream in. You know what I mean? I'm just I gotta go back to work. And if I don't stream or do something before I go back to work, I'll be thinking about all the stuff that I could have done. I hate that. Make sure, you know what I mean? When y'all go back to work, before y'all go back to work, y'all do what y'all gotta do. When y'all get off work, make sure y'all do what y'all wanna do, what y'all gotta do, cause you don't wanna go back to work and start thinking about all the things you could have did, man. Don't get me wrong, we need our money, we gotta save, we gotta stack up, but you gotta work as hard as you do for your job as for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's the only way that you're gonna make it. You gotta, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's gonna be some tired nights, but as long as you get it done, try to keep your energy as high as possible. You know what I mean? You're gonna feel good about it. You're gonna be like, I'm glad I did it. You know what I'm saying? And you can always do it over. If you do something and it don't come out right, at least you can say, I did it, I tried to do it. You know what I mean? Let me go back to the drawing board and do it over. I know what I gotta do right the next time. But if you don't do nothing, you're gonna be starting from scratch. And then time is ticking, man. So listen, whatever time you got, man, use it wisely, man. Time is valuable, man. That's something that you can't replace, can't get back. You know what I mean? So love yourself more than anything. I appreciate y'all for watching. It's your boy P. Love.